Welcome to Online WHS Tutorials. In this tutorial, we will highlight that having a system such as Online WHS can help manage your duty of care relating to COVID-19. As an employer, under work health and safety laws, you're responsible for the work environment, systems of work, that machinery and equipment are safe and properly maintained. You're also responsible for information and training, and instruction and supervision are provided to your employees and workers. Adequate workplace facilities are available for workers, and any accommodation you provide to your workers is safe. Workers' health and workplace conditions are monitored, and that's also including if they work from home. And chemicals are handled and stored safely. So, does this include the coronavirus? Absolutely it does. Your company should implement policies and procedures which will help reduce the likelihood of employees being exposed to the virus while under your duty of care. You also have a responsibility to implement policies and procedures that an employee does not come to work and infect other workers should they be suspected of having contracted the virus. So what should I do? Firstly, it's very important for you to keep informed and up to date of the risk relating to a virus. A good idea is to obtain information through experts and governing bodies. It's also very important that key personnel are kept updated and they communicate this information to your workers. That's why we put a new COVID-19 category in our help section. Here you can find links to industry bodies which will keep you up to date with the latest information. You can also find useful templates plus interesting articles, all designed to help you provide a safe workplace for your workers. Once you have the knowledge, you could then assess the level of risk to your business. As per any risk assessment, you should first identify exposure to workers. Depending on what industry you're in, the exposure to clients, patrons, contractors and the general public. You need to identify your workers' activities and their place of work, and other items that can expose the worker like plant and equipment, etc. Once this is done, you need to assess. Assess the likelihood of exposure of staff to the virus, the frequency of exposure depending on activities and place of work identified, the severity to your worker and your business, severity to clients, patrons, contractors and the general public. Once this is done and you've identified and then you've assessed, you can develop your control measures. All this you can do in the online WHS system. When it comes to the control section, you can even select how to develop a control measure. A good way to develop control measures is by using the hierarchy of control measures, which can be found in your online WHS system. Work your way down each of the control measures for each risk you have identified. You can also set actions out of those control measures to make sure that people are responsible to implement the control measures. Once you have that, then you would need to implement policies in relation to the virus or any other virus for that matter. Policies are important as they show a company's commitment to an issue. It also helps reinforce and educate employees on certain company standards. Once you have developed your policies, you should then develop procedures around these policies. You can do this either by the procedure section, but it'd probably be best for you to actually use the checklist builder, where you build online checklists where the employee would either undertake those checklists online by logging into the system or via QR code. It's that easy. Most importantly, you would make sure that your workers are trained and inducted into these policies and procedures. You can use the online WHS induction builder, where you can actually create induction and training modules, and the system will keep a record, again, of all the inductions completed by an employee. Having no systems in place may not only expose employees, cause loss of production, but may expose your business to litigation. For an example, let's say your company does not have any systems in place and your worker contracted the virus while undertaking a task for your company. By having no systems in place, your business could be exposed to litigation. That's where having a system such as online WHS would not only assist an employer in providing a safe workplace, but also protect the employer by providing systems that details and highlights their policies, their procedures, their risk assessments, inductions and training, consultation, as well as many other items in the system that helps make an employee's duty to comply to work health and safety obligations a little easier. I hope that helps you understand how having a system such as online WHS can greatly benefit your company. As with online WHS in place, you can clearly demonstrate your commitment as an employer to implement reasonable practical steps to help educate and protect the workers under your control.